Garage Talk. Coach T. Man, I got my man Marvin. Man, Marvin Carr in the house. Man, this dude right here. He's gonna tell us what he's into. I can't help but call him the doctor. That's kind of giving a hint off, but Dr. Carr, man, in the house. Man, I'm speaking that thing, man. He's on the road. He's on the journey. But yeah, this is Marvin Carr, man, and so I actually met him. Knew his wife, his wife, my wife. We all used to work together, teaching together, and through that, met him. And you used to come to the school doing reading partners.
Yeah, reading partners, and trying to spend some time with the missus on the lunch break and all that while the scholars would be sleeping. Yeah.
Now, reading partners is what?
So Reading Partners, it's an outreach organization, a grassroots movement, and they essentially cater to students that are left behind in reading or struggling in reading. And so from third grade on down. And so they really try to hit those students, before the pipeline of prison ages, before they get to them. And so before they start taking all the standardized testing and all of that stuff. So they have volunteers come in sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and just build a relationship with different scholars, man. And they get to see somebody that look like them, that's proficient in reading, that can help them read.
We got a lot of toys right here. We have the dumbbells, the kettlebells.
Slight word.
Then we have this guy. We might get to this. I don't know. We'll see. So man, Marvin Carr. We know that's your name, but man, where are you from? Brief history of your journey to to where you are now, man.
It's been quite the journey. Originally from Chicago, grew up south side of Chicago.
South side of Chicago.
It's two worlds of Chicago, right? It's two polarizing worlds. You get the side that's the Magnificent Mile, that's all pretty, and the water tower, and we're gonna shop down on Michigan Ave and see all the Christmas lights and go to Millennium Park. But then there's the other side, right? The other side of, on Father's Day, you get 15 shootings, 15 people dead and over 105 shootings. And so that's the part that I'm from.
Wow.
But essentially, my parents, they did a great job of really just getting me involved in things as a young child, whether it was martial arts, whether it was track, tennis, basketball, football, you name it. I was probably doing something very active. So my parents were a huge advocate to me being who the man I am today, bro. And so I really appreciate them putting me into a position to succeed, because I know that a lot of my peers didn't really have the opportunity.
Right.
And so just being able to recognize that, and just reaching out to other people who don't have the opportunity now that I have. But yeah, man, born and raised there, went to high school in Chicago, played football in undergrad at Elmhurst College, which is about 45 miles northwest of Chicago. Played corner 4 years there. There we go.
That's why he got that in his hand. Okay.
Yeah, man.
And all the balls he grabbed
real quick, man. So sports was like an outlet, bro. Honestly, man, it's a huge outlet. I think of sports as being the ultimate equalizer. You know what I mean? Because no matter what background you come from, no matter what social economic class you have, no matter what your political affiliation is, all that stuff goes by the wayside. You know what I'm saying, on the sports field. And
it's true.
I love it. And so a lot of my homies that I play ball with, Armenian, down from South Florida, South Dade, some from Michigan, you know what I mean? Some from, Hicktown, country, Illinois, right? Yes. And so, but we still have that bond.
That common thing.
That common,
sport.
Yes, bro.
Yes, bro.
I can pick up the phone right now and feel we never missed a beat.
Bro.
And so I love sports for that reason, and I really dedicate a lot of my discipline, my work ethics, my mindset, even how I take on challenges, and it's not a challenge, it's an opportunity type of thing. That stuff stems
to
from
get
sports.
better.
Exactly, bro.
It's all about the win. Yeah, man.
It's not a loss, it's a lesson type of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, bro. And then after I finished undergrad, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, I wanted to go the physical therapy route, but then that was kind of like, I shot a physical therapist. I was like, this is like, it's too boring. I didn't really want to do the same thing every single day.
Wow.
And so I
I want to do PT for a little bit.
Yeah.
I did. I was in medical for like 10 years. Right?
Word.
And I was an orderly transporter.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at St. John's, and our department was actually connected with the PT department.
Mm.
So we seen them every day, and I was always like curious, like, man, them brothers, got the white coat on,
looking official,
got the khakis on, okay, got the waist belt around the neck, because you gotta help somebody get up and all that. I was like, okay, what's this thing about?
Something to this thing.
Oh yeah. I was always curious about it, and then I even got curious about the medical, because I seen there was a couple of guys that was actually pursuing.
Word.
I was like, man, I don't see many, black doctors around this joint. Maybe I can. I'm talking about I was like 20, so I'm, at that age, you just whatever. You're just trying to whatever is out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So you didn't want to do PT. It was too boring.
Yeah, bro. It was so I transitioned to physical therapy or physician assistant, trying to go that route.
Physician assistant,
which is essentially like a step underneath the doctor, right? And so, in order to go to PT school, you have to, or physician assistant school, you got to have like X amount of service hours, and so that led me to getting my EMT certification to work as a technician.
Now listen, some of y'all might not even know what all this means. Like, listen, you have to be in the hospital to understand these terms. The NAs, the RNs, the RNAs, the PAs, the PTs, the EMTs, bro. You got another.
All the medical jargon, It goes on and on. But the EMT is emergency medical technician. So it's like it's a person that works underneath a paramedic. So I wanted to do that. I was like, hey, okay, like I'm gonna finish off my prereqs because I was an exercise science major or kinesiology major in undergrad. I was like, I'm gonna finish off my prereqs and go to PA school. And then lo and behold, like I remember on like my second day of rotations of EMT training, we were at Northwestern Memorial Hospital in downtown Chicago, and they had, on the board in the ER, they have cases that are coming in, and so they had GSW, like literally all the way down
under the EMT work.
Under the EMT work,
you got what your work listed,
exactly.
Exactly. EMT is intense.
It's
first of all, emergency room.
It's the real deal, bro. It ain't no joke.
I remember like walking the hallways, taking patients from different places in their room to different tests, X-rays, CAT scans, all that. But anytime I would go to the emergency room, it's a whole different, it's almost like New York.
Yeah.
It's like
quick bang, 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 bang. Yeah, it's that Grey's Anatomy, that ER, that in the flesh, bro.
My wife be watching Grey's Anatomy, like she loves it, and I'm like, she's like, man, you should see this. I said, man, I've seen that.
I've seen it.
Like I lived it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years, bro.
Yeah.
Like I got
that experience. Get that adrenaline rush. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So like I remember like that one day, bro. It was like I said, it was GSW all on the board. And GSW is gunshot wound, and so that was just letting people know, okay, we got a gunshot victim coming in, right? And so there was a gunshot victim came in. Paramedics brought him in, put him into the Bay Area, and then I remember vividly seeing the attendant. She was a woman, and the way she came into the room and she commanded everyone's attention, her presence was astounding, right? And so she literally knew, like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Like, she was going down a protocol and she knew it to a T, with no hesitation. And her leadership, like, I gravitated to that, again, coming from my sports background, right? Of like just working as a team aspect and leading.
The coach.
Exactly. And so, like, I relate that back to football and say it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 7. I did my practice, or I did my repetitions in
Slots
practice.
Out, receivers out.
Exactly. Single side receiver. I know the backside receiver is going to run a dig on 3rd and 7. And so, like, that's what made me match to her. And I was like, oh.
Man, what was you at when I was trying to think about it? You would have sold me on that. I would have hopped in there. I would have been
like, let's go.
Doctor right now,
let's go.
Come on,
I need it. Yeah. Yeah, man. But like that like resonated with me, and from that point on, like I knew like
intense.
it was intense. It was in the moment, bro.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like I live that moment when I think about my why. You know what I'm saying?
I never looked at it like that. I never looked at it like that.
Man,
like I'm thinking when I think of a doctor, I'm thinking of like somebody, and there's different ones, and we're gonna get into that. But like I think of like someone who comes to the waiting room. Hey, how you doing? Come on back.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. I never thought of it from that aspect. I mean, wow.
It's a whole nother world, bro.
Especially when you're in ER, it's intense. The 3 places that are really intense in the hospital is ER, ICU.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And surgery.
Surgery. Yep.
Those 3 things right there, brother.
You say get your popcorn ready. What
Listen, bro,
it's gonna be some action happening,
some
and it's like
stuff,
it's unannounced action too. You know what I mean? Like it's at any time. Like so, you always got to be on your P's and Q's, bro. That's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Because it keeps you aware, it keeps you alert. And yeah, bro. And I remember she did a thoracotomy, which like she just cracked open the ribs, right? And she made a hole and started manually compression on the heart, bro. And from that point on, like I literally felt like I was in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. You know what I mean? And so when she started doing that pumping, that massaging of the heart, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm in this thing. And so from that point on, like I moved here. That was summer 2015, and then India, my wife, she was a part of Teach for America, and so she moved here, and I was like. Yeah, at the beginning I was like, I'm not gonna go to Tulsa. I don't even know where Oklahoma is, let alone Tulsa. So I kind of had to drop my pride for a little bit. She was gone for about their 8-week training course, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this long distance thing.
I guess I'm coming to Oklahoma.
I guess I'm coming to Oklahoma. Exactly.
Okie it is,
bro.
Chicago. Southside Chicago to Oklahoma. Now that's a journey right there.
Journey.
We can just end the video right there. Chicago to Oklahoma. Chicago to Tulsa.
Unheard of. People still ask me like, "What's in Oklahoma?" I'm like, nothing.
Cows and stuff.
Right.
Stereotype about it.
They got the horses. Yeah. The black cowboys. Yeah.
There's some of that down here. Yeah. We got that. That fits the description. But it's not just that. Yeah, we talk different. Yeah, we like us some sweet tea.
Right. That sweet tea. Y'all can have that sweet tea. Y'all can have all of it. Y'all can have the sweet tea. Y'all can have the draws. How y'all doing? Y'all can have all of that.
Y'all the water. My wife, she's originally from the East Coast, and so she's always saying water.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm always saying, just as I said all the time. I said we don't carry water in here. But we got some water.
She's
like, what we got?
Y'all can have a soda too. Like it's pop, bro.
Soda. I said both pop.
Well,
I said pop growing up, but as some of the older people say soda. So yeah, it's different phrases.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's hilarious, man.
So, outside of Chicago, now you're here. You didn't want to do PE, EMT. You did it. Are you still in EMT?
So I didn't renew my certification because since I was in school, I was like, I honestly should have done it, but I didn't keep up with my certification. I can get it back though if I really wanted to. But no, I'm technically not an EMT because I'm not certified. My certification's expired.
Right. But you're in school right now.
Oh, absolutely. And so, yeah, man. So, like, when I moved here, like, I worked at St. John for about 2.5 years, just prepping, doing prerequisite classes, worked as an orderly in the OR, and got connected with some amazing mentors, man, who helped me out along the journey. And they were really like a key to my success, being a non-traditional student. But just working at St. John, I got to really understand like how medicine operates from a corporate point of view. And so from there, I got accepted into medical school, and so now I'm a second-year medical student, and just trying to go along the journey, man, and do the best that I can, bro, and bring other people along with me.
So, which area of medical field are you going into?
So I'm in school right now to become a doctor. Orthopedic surgery is the long-term goal of what I'm trying to do.
Long-term, okay.
Yeah. And so this year is like really a big year for me because we take boards. We'll be taking boards about a year from now. And what boards is, it's like a standardized exam of what you learn your first 2 years of school, and so it kind of sets the tone for residency programs that you will be able to apply to.
Residencies, bro. I know about it. Now, I don't know about the person, but I just, once again, being in the field, you see people who are residencies. Yeah. And you know, it's an order the nurse might, oh, this is resident, or the doctor might, you know. I know, man.
Yeah, man. And so, like, it's a whole process, bro. Like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? And so
stages.
So right now it's just like my homie Chris McNeil says, like, it's just
Chris McNeil. I know Chris McNeil. Yeah, man, that's the man right there. I did a Journey episode with him. During the teacher walkout joint. We did. It's on YouTube, bro.
Wow.
We did one, bro.
That's my homie, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's my homie.
That's the man, man.
That's Chris. Yeah. That was a special place.
Yeah, man. We did work at the Dream Center, bro.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man. He the one got me into training.
Wow.
He got me into fitness training, bro. He got me into it, bro.
Wow.
It was him.
Wow.
And in fact, I'm gonna put you out there, man. He actually sowed a seed. He paid for my training, bro.
Let's go.
Like, he was like, no, you need to da-da-da-da. So much so, I'm going to do this.
Wow.
And that's how I got started, the why, doing stuff, and this. I mean, for real, you know, you can give Chris McNeil credit for the garage talk, man. This is real. This is all Chris McNeil. I
sowing seeds out. Hey, Chris, you out here sowing seeds, bro.
This is you, man. We got to get you here, all right?
Hey, some plant, some water, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's real, though. I was with the homie yesterday, man. But Chris always talks about, like, just out here grinding like bad breaks, bro.
That boy's mine, bro.
He's out there, bro.
He's the book. He be in the books,
He
man.
got it, bro.
We played, I went to his house one time, me and my wife, and his wife and his parents, they're great people, man. But we played Cash Flow, man. The game Cash Flow, man. It's just good. It's just thinking wealth and talking about way out there and different things to do now. He just has a great mind, bro. Like,
absolutely, bro.
Shout out to Chris McNeil.
Shout out to Chris McNeil, bro. He's the homie, man.
Yeah,
he's the homie.
Real dude right there.
Real humble dude.
So long term is orthopedic, right? Surgery. You're going into residency. Now you said you're in 2 years. You're in your year 2. Yeah. Now, to give some people some perspective about this, not year 2 of college. You're in year 2 of medical school, right? So meaning, so I get this right. So I remember this, all right? Meaning that 4 years of college, just I say regular, basic college, before you even get into the actual field you're going to school for. Exactly. Right? So you're in college, the basics, all that stuff. And some stuff you're taking for that mirrors where you're headed, right? Exactly. But 4 years of college, then you got to do 4 more years of medical school. Yeah. So year 2 of medical school, but in technical terms, he's in year 6. Come on.
Yeah, that's real. That's
year
real.
6.
And if you want to be like really real, I didn't get into medical school like right after college, undergraduate. I had to take like a year and a half of some more courses.
So brother, in year like 7.5.
The boy been in school for a little minute. But it's like, so here's the why behind it.
He been in school for a minute after school. look. You know when that. But you know, we think, you know how you think, like, man, shoot, I can't wait my senior year.
Right.
I'm done, baby. Man, this boy doing 12 more.
12 more.
Another 12.
But yeah, man, so I had to go back to schools because, you know, like, I really wasn't sure if this is the route that I wanted to go to until like after I graduated. And so the reason why, like, people talk about orthopedic surgery and blah, 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 and like, you know, like, all this amount of money they make, and like, for me, like, that's great, but it's not about that, right?
It's about the work.
It's about the work, but it's also about, excuse me, it's also about getting in contact with these young black males who they only believe that they can be entertainers or in the form of rap and in the form of athletics or going to the pros, right? And so, you know,
how would this get you in contact with them?
Check this out. So let's say, like, we talk about TU, for example. We're in Tulsa, so, you know, let's look at TU's football team. let's look at TU's football team. How many members from TU football team are?
So okay.
What's up, bro? What's up?
How old are you?
27.
27. Hey, I got you by 11, bro. Whoa, OG in here.
You seasoned, bro.
I'm OG, man. Lowercase G, man. Okay. Hey, like Carl O'Shea, man. You lowercase, no lowercase in here. Listen, so I just wish I had you to paint this thing out. So through the orthopedic route, it takes you on a path to where you're around athletes.
Absolutely.
Because ortho has to deal with, because as I know
sports medicine, like just all types
of
functional ability,
and the injuries and stuff like that.
ACLs, the dislocated shoulders, the whatever you want to call it, bro. Yeah. And you talk about like, you know, like all these. I'm gonna go back to the TU example. TU's D1 school, right? We see them in bowl games and stuff like that. But really, truly, like how many of those players are going to go to the NFL, right? But they have these aspirations, you know, when they come in, like, oh, I'm going to the league, I'm going to do this, that. Like, we know that statistics show that like less than 2%, or maybe like less than 1% of people actually make it to the league. Especially from TU, yeah. And so that's no.
You got to be at the Big Ten.
That's no knock on their gift. That's no knock on their talent at all. But we also have to be real with it, right?
About the location,
about the exposure. Exactly, bro. No. And so it's like, how can we mitigate that, right? From everyone wanting to go to the league, right? There's other pieces to life out here.
So you want to kind of expose them to this. Because, you play sports, and so now you're doing ortho or pursuing ortho, and that is allowing you to still be around the sport.
Exactly.
And still be there, have your hands on it.
Still be there, and still be a mentor.
And watch and see stuff, and see people. And, so you're trying to expose these boys to
a whole nother lifestyle,
to that ortho side, so they can still be close to the game for those who are still passionate about it.
They can still be close to the game, and also like you don't have to go and try to play for another sports team that
you have to keep trying this thing over.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, there's no overhead at that point. You can go into private practice for yourself, and now you're not worrying about a GM coming out and making a racist comment, right? And then a GM saying that if you want to kneel, you got to kneel in the locker room, right?
Did you hear that?
And so
did you hear that? You can be an ortho and you can take your knee as an ortho.
Take your knee, bro.